Howdy there folks, this is Lapidary Dave. Sorry I haven't been able to make as many videos as I'd like, and as much as I have been recently. I've been working for 4 different bands here in New Mexico, and I've been having to do a lot of studying, a lot of music crunching. Also getting ready to take some more classes at UNM. But I figured I'd make a quick little video that I've been meaning to make, and that I've been waiting to make. And that video is how to clean your buffing wheels. On my little red dental lathe here, I have a soft cotton buffing wheel. Over time, from polishing different materials, this wheel will get all gunked up. It's black from me polishing a lot of silver from when I was making a lot of bolos for a music festival a couple weeks ago. And all the green in there is actually from the dopping sticks. It gets all up in the wheel, making the wheel really crunchy and quite hard in spots, restricting some of the buffing abilities. The black on this wheel is left by the silver that I've been working. That's bad because it mixes with the polishing compound and can sometimes stain my stone. Also leaves black gunk on the side of my stone that's a little bit more difficult to remove than just straight up compounds that I use. It can also stain the stone when the stones are porous, like this piece of whatever with green dots I'm using here. It's actually stained a little bit black from the polishing compound mixed with the silver stuff. More than anything though, on certain stones that have vugs, cracks, little fissures, natural pocks and stuff, sometimes compound gets inside of there, and I don't always clean it out with like a brush and stuff. Sometimes I feel like it serves the stone and it looks pretty good. And I really don't like to get the black and compound mixture stuck inside of my stones. I don't think it looks too good. It also kind of just restricts the polishing in general. Another reason why I want to clean this up is because from polishing small cabochons, the wheel actually has a bit of a curve to it, kind of like a concave or convex, I don't know which one, it dents in. And it keeps me from polishing my stones as fast as I'd like to. When the machine is on, the curve becomes more pronounced. You can definitely see it with the naked eye, and you can definitely feel it. So, at the same time that I clean up the wheel to remove all the dopping wax and the gunk left over from the silver, I'm going to add a new flat surface to this buffing wheel. I'm going to go about this by using some sandpapers, some aggressive sandpapers. I believe the grits I'm going to be using is like 80 and 120. Most of the time, I'll wait till I have a worn out sanding belt or use sandpaper like this because it kind of destroys the sandpaper. I like to be resourceful and save my stuff, make it last as long as possible. But sometimes I don't have a used belt, and I'll just use some nice, good old aggressive sandpaper. I don't use any grits too much rougher than 80 because sometimes those little grits will just pop right off when I put the sandpaper against the buffing wheel. In order to do this safely, I'm going to be wearing a respirator. This is essential. This is a must. You have to wear a respirator. This stuff is very nasty. Even if you have a hood and a good ventilation system, you're still going to want to wear a respirator every time you use a buffing wheel, especially if you're going to be cleaning these up. Everything's going to become airborne, and it's going to get real nasty real quick. Also, you're going to want to wear some safety specs. This stuff actually does get everywhere. It can shoot up into your eyes, especially if you don't have a hood, and that's no good. It might not shoot up big enough pieces for you to feel right away, but if your eyes start burning from you buffing, it's probably because all those micro things are shooting into your eyeballs. I got a good story about stuff getting into your eyes I'll share another time. Anyway, It's a quick video. I'm going to put on my safety stuff, put this phone into a tripod, and we will clean this up with some sandpaper. Alright folks, I got my safety stuff on. I'm going to start by using this worn out 120 grit belt. This is going to gunk up and glaze the sandpaper pretty fast, so I might go through a few different pieces. And just to give it a shot, I'm going to try out this 80 grit golden sandpaper. We use a lot of this stuff for Lutheries. Anyway. Look at that. Gross. Now I'm trying to shape up the sides. As you can see, it still has some of that curve. I'm not pushing in because it would just cut the middle. I'm letting the sandpaper do the cutting. And just holding a good angle. I don't know if you can see, but this stuff is getting everywhere. Which is why the respirator is a must. These paper masks do not do anything. Gotta wear a respirator. Alrighty, I'm gonna switch over to this stuff. As you can see, maybe starting to get that curve out. Phew. This little brown mark here, I think, is a burn on the buffing wheel. Alright, let's check it out. Looking good. I put a little bit too much pressure on this side. It did burn, but now it's nice and clean. Nice. Got that curve out, so now it's rounded. I can go ahead and charge this again with whatever I'm going to charge it with, and should be ready to buff some more stuff. My grandpa uses different buffing wheels for different compounds. He has many wheels and he just swaps them out. Of course, that's the best idea, but if you don't always have that luxury like I don't. I only have one spindle right now for this particular dental lathe. You're going to have to clean them. Maybe even in between everything that you charge the wheel with. I should have cleaned it up after I got a lot of dopping wax in it from working a lot of turquoise. Instead, I wanted it to be extra dirty for this video for you folks. Doesn't matter what kind of tools you use, your stone's only going to be as good as your polish. So take care of your buffing wheels. Make them look great. Take care of yourself. Wear protection. I love you folks. Until next time, this is Lapidary Dave. See you soon.